Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we're going to a whole new planet tonight. Assuming everything works correctly, we can hope that it all is going to work correctly. It's running a really old game. Not as old as me, or perhaps most of you, but, well, let's just find out. It's showtime. Let's make a random planet. This is Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, and evidently the volume settings don't actually work unless you're in the game. I will be playing Gaia's stepdaughters.
In the great commons of Gaia's landing, we have a tall and particularly beautiful stand of white pine, planted at the time of the first colonies. It represents our promise to people and to planet itself.
I'll try to spell that correctly.
To repeat the tragedy of Earth. Lady to the sky, planet dreams.
It doesn't have a settings. It took me a while to actually find the thing. All right. Menu. Game. Audio-visual preferences. Okay, it's down. But for whatever reason, it doesn't take place, doesn't kick in until you're in the game. So during the prelude and the screen and all that, it's dreadful. Now, I haven't played this game in a very long time. It was essentially kind of a mod before mods were a thing for Civilization 2. Maybe a test bed for Civ 3, which came out a couple years later. I looked it all up. It's a science fiction version of Civilization. So, the base control, nutrients, minerals, and energy. So it was like food and various ores in Civilization. I don't think there was an equivalent for energy. Allows you to control production and economic growth. Click the tour button for more details. No, I think I'm good. We have enough nutrients that it'll grow in 18 turns. We have our energy allocation, half going into economy, half going into labs. Left click to move, I think. I was thinking, but no, maybe it's just WASD type movement. Although actually QWEASD ZXC if memory serves. So A should move me one square to the left. No, that's not doing it. He has a move. Shift right click. Supply pods are seated by your starship, the Unity. Hey, that'd make a great name for game implementation stuff. So items of particular interest to you explore the planet. You must enter the square containing the pod in order to see what it contains. That'll hopefully be helpful goodies. We still have a move, so we will move. We do not actually have a move, it seems like. It says we have a move.
Pod recovered.
There we are. We recovered a resupply pod. Contains manufacturing supplies worth 75 energy credits. Sister Miriam of the Believers. That's one of the other factions. They're the religious ones. And we're the, I was going to say tree huggers, but this planet has fungus more than trees. Sure, put her through. Well, actually, let's take a look at her profile. Their mood is non-committal. They're aggressive. Their interests are exploring and conquering. Agenda is politics, and their politics is fundamentalist. Great. Headquarters in New Jerusalem. Politics frontier. Economics simple. Values survival. Future society none. Yes, we'll switch. Beautiful lady Engelbert Meow. You're out there, EBM. Giggle. First among Gaians. I lead the believers and am honored to be their sister, Miriam. I intend to embrace the truth of the good Lord's scripture. Okay. I believe your data on Centauri ecology would be important implications. In my life of worship, I propose you exchange this for my own files on social psychology. Sure.
If you can discover a better way of life than office holding for your future rulers, a well-governed city becomes a possibility. For only in such a state will those rule who are truly rich, not in gold, but in the wealth that makes happiness, a good and wise life. Plato.
Nice thinking, Plato. Doesn't turn out to actually bear any resemblance to reality. They want to be truly rich in gold. The rest of that stuff doesn't matter to them. Good idea, though. Okay. Should we exchange maps? My maps. I mean, I have very little to show them, so whatever they have would be more information than I have, and they would just have to, like, move one square to get everything I've got, so sure, why not? Lasting peace is a great gift indeed. Our new treaty with the believers opens the door for trade and commerce. If that faction is a human faction, it is. Each of our bases, if it's large enough, may now begin receiving bonus energy generated by trade. I believe we are finished here. Engelbert Meow out. Unit belongs to another player, Sister Miriam and the Believers. Other factions can be useful allies or dangerous enemies. You can attack an enemy by attempting to move into its square. No, I'm not. I got no intention of doing that immediately. Maybe later. This colored line marks the boundary of another faction leader. Right, that's their orange. I'm green. Lone Star Wolf, good evening. Ever play this one yourself?
Production complete.
Xenofungus is a plant form native to the planet, and you will find it in growing wild in many areas. It's think Civilization 2, but in space. Okay, Gaia's Landing has built transformers. It's, in essence, colonists from Civilization. Did you ever play any of the Civilization games? All right, well, there's our transformers. They don't turn into enormous fighting robots. No, it's definitely much more like Civilization. If you were to describe it as a Civilization mod, I would not disagree. What are we currently building? Currently building Recreation Commons. What are our options? Stockpile energy or the weather paradigm? Yeah, I think Recreation Commons is probably the way to go, at least until we can build a colony pod.
Mineral resources.
Gaia's Landing has just built a Formers unit, which represent the terraforming engineers crucial to your expedition's survival. You never played a Civ game? Slackjaw. Wow. I have said in the past that if I only could play one MMORPG for the rest of my life, it would be Guild Wars 2. And in general, the only thing that could compete with that would probably be Civilization 3. I have played since Civ 1, except for the latest one, which was really quite disappointing. It's a turn-based, basically sort of a world builder. You build your civilization up, gain technologies. Our neighbors are generally aggressive fundamentalists in this case, this specific neighbor. There are a bunch of different other factions that have landed on the planet as well. Yeah, this is it's definitely not an RTS, basically in any way. All right, we built the formers. And we want to move them there, and they can set up farming, I believe. Or oh, I played a lot of Moo, too. Moo and Moo 2, too. You know what I mean. Energy powers your research labs, helps your researchers discover and exploit new technologies. You guide their research by controlling the fields in which they study. Colonization and population growth, pure knowledge, wealth and infrastructure, or military applications. Was Moo 3 the one that was developed independently by the guys who owned World of... sorry, not World of Warcraft, but World of Tanks, because they were huge fans of the original? I think that was Moo 3. What are we trying to discover right now? All right, we're building a colony pod, which is fine. Oh, what are we trying to discover? I don't remember. It may be that you just choose which categories you're doing your science in, and you'll discover randomly. Normally, in Civ games, you get to choose what you're going to discover next. Well, normally I would do an Alt-Tab out and Google it, but due to the age of this game, I have to be running in screen mode instead of game mode. And I don't want to inflict my browser habits on anyone else. So we've got 2 nutrients there, 1 mineral, 2 energy, and that's going to give us 1 nutrient and 3 energy, but I think we'll be able to build something there to increase that. This is our scout patrol. And this square could produce additional nutrients if it had a farm. What other choices do we have for this guy? Terraform. Mine, or yeah, we would rather have a mine. Give us more things to make things with. It'll take a while, but a newer version, it's also called Master of Orion. Well, maybe that was the one I was thinking of. Mission year is 2108. Original was a... Oh, yes. We've got another pod. Pods were dropped from the ship, the colony ship, and will give us technologies and resources. It was infested with native life forms, which are, as you might tell from the picture, creepy worm-like bugoids. Some units, usually alien creatures such as mind worms, can engage in psi combat. psi combat. Weapon and armor strengths are ignored, and the attacker is given a 3-2 advantage on land, 1-1 for sea combat. Morale level becomes quite important in psi combat. Our scout performed admirably and has now achieved green status. Also, I am the Gaian faction, the Earth-loving faction. And eventually we get the ability to tame mind worms because we're so in tune with the land, you know.
Once a man has changed the relationship between himself and his environment, he cannot return to the blissful ignorance he left. Motion of necessity involves a change in perspective. Commissioner Previn Lal, A Social History of Planet.
Well, these are smaller and creepier. We have obtained technologies that allow us to design better units. Would you care to see the new units? A scout rover. We'll definitely want these because they're much faster. On the design, you can create new units, and this is one of the things I never really did much with the game. You can design the units. So you don't have to just take whatever the game gives you like you did in Civilization games historically. If you were building a phalanx, you got a phalanx. You couldn't equip the phalanx with machine guns. Although that would have been cool. So in this case, it's going to have 1 attack, 1 defense, and 2 movement. So these are the things we can currently make. Scouts, scout rovers, terraformers, and colony. Essentially colony ships, colony vehicles. Year 2112, Gaian scientists discover doctrine mobility, their first research breakthrough since planetfall. The university made mankind's first breakthrough in 2108. The university, I believe, is the Science First faction. As you can see, I have a very nice building with a super large TV screen. We have created a colony pod. Let's see. I don't see any place particularly here that I'm interested in moving to. You kind of want the sort of green, as that implies that you can get a decent amount of food from the square. I was surprised to find out I didn't already have this available to me on any of my online game stuffs. So I dropped $3 on it today. Sid Meier's, you're welcome. Guy's Landing has produced a new colony pod. What are we currently building? Here. We went back to the recreations commons. Okay. Because I don't think we have any other choices yet, do we? The command center. I'm not interested in the command center. We're not trying to win militarily, at least not anytime soon. Weather paradigm is the equivalent in Civilization game of a wonder of the world. I don't want to start moving it because it can get attacked by critters and get destroyed, and we put a lot of resources into that, so I'm going to wait on that. 2113. How do we go to the next unit? Oh, we can probably just click on them. Yeah.
Terraform complete.
All right, the square could produce additional nutrients if it had a farm, but I think if I build the farm there, That destroys the mine, and we don't want that, as we are now getting 4 units for construction of stuff, let's say. So we'll move this to here. Move that to there. And pause there for a sec. Okay. And here, oh, planting forests is an excellent way of increasing resources. Well, right now we've got plenty of resources there. What are our options here for terraforming? Farm, 4 turns, forest. Let's go ahead and actually move, because I think the water here will give us an additional unit of food. Move unit here. Could produce, yep. To build a farm here, press the F key. It's building a farm. This couldn't have been released in 1999. You could swear it came out just a decade or so ago. You would be hallucinating, my friend. I checked. Civ 2 was like 1997. And then Civ 3 was like 2002, something like that. So basically this was between Civ 2 and Civ 3. And I always, in a lot of ways, this was always my favorite. I think if I could only choose to play one, it would be Civ 3. All right, plenty of units from the religious fanatics faction. Ground units cannot move between squares adjacent to other players' units. They must first back up. Called the Zone of Control. Good old Zone of Control. That's an old wargaming terminology. Mostly it was the 6 hexes around the hex your units were in. All right, we'll leave him here to keep their attention. And we move that there. Or we don't. Mind worms. All right, we splooged the mind worms. Pardon the phrasing. We have built recreation commons. Everyone, party in downtown. We built the first base facility on the planet. What are we going to build next? Build. Currently, we are building a scout rover. That's probably what we're going to stick with. Yep, that is what it's going to be that we're going to stick with.
Terraform complete.
Units become damaged, integrated by the color bar. Well, yeah, we fought off 2 units of mind worms. Symbol abundant energy resources. So if we build a base within 2 squares. Looks like, however, this is not a especially good area for building a base other than the energy. We could probably camp ourselves there, but we're still very close to our initial base.
Pod recovered.
A xenofungal bloom. Now it's even worse than it was for building a living place. Let's see. I think we're going to have to make a run over here somewhere. Solar collector can trap energy, so more energy build S. I don't think you can build multiple things in a square in the early versions. We're the lowest of the factions in dominance. Well, we believe in living, peacefully with our friends and neighbors. Where are you going, dude? Dude, where are you going? Here we wanted to, I think I wanted to try and build a road.
Terraform complete.
Planting forests is an excellent way of increasing resources. Yeah, you told me that before. I'm not sure I believe you. That's all. I do not find you credible in this particular case. All right, so that hooks up to Gaia's Landing. We drop another one there. All right, so he is up. This is our new scout rover. We need to see what else we're going to build here now. Build. Yeah, the command center? I don't think so. That requires that's like for combat and stuff. 36 turns for the weather paradigm, huh? I'm not pleased with my options here. You can agree with that? Remember waiting for this to release, being a bit disappointed? Really, it worked for me. It did grab me a lot. Civ 3 was your go-to when traveling for years. Completely agree. Civ 3 was, I think, the best of the Civ games. Oh, all right, we'll build that. But I'm not enthused, okay? I want to be clear, I'm just not enthused about that. Gets to move twice. So I'm thinking maybe up here or over here, because this fungal bloom killed my hopes for that. Hey, that guy landed on much more fertile area. That's not fair. Worms. We've got worms. You probably didn't want to hear any human male say that they have worms. Oh, they have zones of control too, huh? Stupid mind worms. I mean, I could try and kill them. No, I can't try and kill them. They're in friendly neighborhood territory. We have 2/3 of a move left. We were going to build another road here. And we can move him into home base. And then that into home base. Okay, that looks like that. Oh, man. Have they built a second city over here somewhere? Those jerks. I bet they have. I just bet they have. Okay, we're going to try and kill the mind worms. Ah, we captured them. Excellent. Best possible thing to have occurred, really. I'm sure they would notice if I were to attack with my worms. Right, where am I? I did a dumb move because I'm a dumb. You're still building the road there? Okay. All right, then that's fine.
Terraform complete.
Already moved. Oh, that's right. We attacked the worms. He's got 2 moves. All right. They must have a second city somewhere around there. He is now green. It's not easy being green.
And so was thrown back repeatedly, until at last I seized his forearm and snapped it back against itself. His training suffered while the arm healed, of course, but I felt this was a lesson he must learn early, and well.
Yeah, I would call that...
Honing the key.
I would call that psychosis, actually. I'm going to AFK for a sec, and I'm going to refill my cup. And I have returned. And remember to turn off the AFK. All right, we can make a pressure dome. We have more technologies available. Allow us to design better units. You care to see the new units? Well, yes, let's look, shall we? Transport foil. That allows you to transport units over the sea, I think. Yeah, I think it's a hovercraft. Foil. Equipment is the troop transport. Regular fission power plant. Doesn't have any shielding. No special abilities. Also the gun foil, which has the foil, and it has hand weapons. That doesn't seem very effective, but we'll take done. And sea formers, which are like the terraformers, but they go at sea. It's just science, guys. Sea colony pod. Ditto. I think that allows you to create a colony at sea, not just transit it. Exactly, you see. Do you see? All right. We move it to there. We can build a road. We want to wait for a turn for this guy to catch up. And we're just going to keep this here to make sure he doesn't try to get saucy with us. Evening, Dark Machinist. You do not recognize. Did you ever play any of the Civilization games? This came between Civilization 2 and Civilization 3. Just think about it as if someone had done a mod, a space mod for an in-between of Civ 2 and Civ 3. Yeah, so I mean, you would recognize it has You know, it's got build queues. I don't think I wanted to build another one of these. We have one. What does the pressure dome do? How about help on pressure dome? Yeah, basically that is exactly what you've got. Allows base to survive submersion. Also counts as recycling tanks. Given our other options, we're currently at, okay, food, resources, and energy. We definitely don't need another rover right now. Although I can say move over, rover. Let Jimmy take over. Well, we don't want this. These guys seem to be trying to threaten us, and we don't like being threatened. There's got to be a way of delaying the move for a sec. Oh, we can. How about we complete that? Did he not? Oh, he's not built. He has not finished the road yet that we were going to build. Okay, well, we are going to terraform a road. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. 2 turns. Yeah, I wasn't planning on playing this. And I hopped over to the Discord of the guy who designed Aethys, just to see if anything was new. He had approved of my joke reference. In Aethys, there's a place where you get the combination 1, 2, 3, 4 to get into a room. And my immediate comment while playing it, I think the first time, but definitely this more recent time, was, that's the kind of thing an idiot would put on his luggage. And so I dropped that into, he had commented about the joke that he put in there, the combos of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the place right next to it was 4, 3, 2, 1. And I put in, that's the kind of thing an idiot would use for his luggage. And he put a 100% emote on it. I think, this is a dev whose work and approach I just love. I haven't had this much positive vibes towards a developer, the human, not a developer as in the group of humans, since Sid Meier's was cranking out pirates and civilization games. And hey, Civ Smack, Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. Hey, must have Alpha Centauri. I could play that on stream, but I didn't have it, so I spent $3 to get it. Now I have it. It's mine. It's mine, and you can't take it away. Where was I going? Probably here. Okay, so right, I think we'll drop our second city here.
Terraform complete.
And now we can send this guy skittering off in various directions looking for more pods if we can find them, like that one. Those are basically resource nodes. They give you goodies. We have found a mysterious monolith. You think I'm going to leave it alone? Do you know me at all? I don't know what it did. It may have an effect if we build a city close enough. So maybe we'll put the city here instead. That keeps us diagonal to there, but puts us closer to there. I think so. Yes, I think so. So those little circles with the divots on them, the little bop dots, those are either pods or they're similar, I guess, to the barbarian little towns in some of the early versions of Civ. All right, we move that unit to there. We move that unit to there. We move that unit to there. And at least for now, we move this friendly worm unit, words you probably weren't expecting to hear tonight, to our base. All right, he's there. We're going to build another road. We'll have roads between our two cities.
Terraform complete.
And let's wait a sec. How do I get to the next unit? There's got to be a next unit command. I am drinking my usual, but whoops, not entirely. Hold on, let me close that up. Like a week or so ago, maybe a week and a half, Fatbody was kind enough to make a donation of 1,700 bits, recommending I try the Absolute vanilla vodka. It is root beer and vodka, but it's not my usual vanilla vodka. He donated 1,700 bits so that I could buy a bottle of Absolute vanilla vodka. And the actual price was 1,699 bits, so I owe him this. But that's what I'm drinking it. If you're a fan of root beer floats, you might want to give it a try. I don't suppose N is...
Unit required ability.
Yeah, N is not next. Yeah, I'll throw it full force at the monitor. Fortunately, I'm really bad at aiming. All right. We wish to build here. Wait, action. Oh, okay, action was probably the one I was looking for. We want to construct a base. Memory of Earth. Sure. Lady Engelbert Meow founds Memory of Earth, the first Gaian base since Planetfall. That is Dark Machinist throwing 500 bits towards the next run. Thank you, DM. As always, you are far too kind. To your health and the imminent destruction of my own. It's been 14 years since Miriam founded her second city. She's the crazy religious nut next to me. You see, and that's one of the advantages. The thing we found, the little monolith, it just gives off a good large amount of balanced resources. What would we like to build here? Let's see our options. Former. Maybe. What are our options? Recreation Commons would probably be good. Let's go with the Recreation Commons. I think the Recreation Commons is similar to, for those of you who've played Civilization, to the early on Temple, in that it provides the opiate of the masses. Thank you again, Dark Machinist. You the man. You are DM the man. Came up with that one on my own. Pretty impressive, huh? We will investigate. It's another monolith. And arcane technology of the monolith enhanced our unit to disciplined status. So basically that promoted him. He's now like a really, really good scout. Turn complete. This symbol represents abundant mineral resources. You have a base within 2 squares. Well, I think I know where we're building our next base then. Maybe right over there. What do you think? I think I need a water unit to get to that. As in, what are they thinking? Huh. I got nothing really. Our scout here. Let's go ahead and we can start moving him. We do now have the completed road, which means we can now move units much quicker between our two cities. Let's see. What do we want to do with it? What do we want to do with this Yetz? Start a road over to there. We'll be able to get a colony over there relatively quickly if we do. Probably worth. We still only have 2 population here. So they are there and there. Oh, I guess you get the one for the town or for the city regardless. We have 2 population, I believe. And those are in those 2 locations. That's not what we wanted to do. That's not what we wanted to do. Well, what the hell just happened to that unit? Where did it go? I have no idea where it just went. Uh-huh. Do we have 2 mind worms now there? No, okay. Oh.
Data pod recovered.
Installing it in the data links, it gave us industrial base.
I presume they will be. If not by this generation, then by some future. By what right does this forgotten future seek to deny us our birthright? None, I say. Let us take what is ours, chew and eat our fill. CEO Marguerite K. Morgan, the ethics of greed.
I would like to see the new units it opens up for us, certainly. Synth metal coastal. Ooh, synth metal armor. Synth metal garrison. Okay, there we are. We did not want that to go there. Cancel those orders. Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Actually, how about there? Move cursor. No, move unit to there. Thank you. I can't see... Okay, it looks like we can continue to move in that direction if we wanted to. I'm just not sure we want to. We would like to invest... We can't investigate in that direction, but we can investigate in that direction. All right, we have mind worms. What are we currently building there? Almost done with the pressure dome.
Mineral resources.
I like mineral resources. Let's see. Move. Pause. The pause that refreshes. Pause. Do we have next? Wait, move later. That's at W. Okay, I knew there had to be one. Farms. I think we can make a good case for that. I would like to present my case for that. I can't tell. I think that is in a big enough square that he can move there next turn. So move unit. Move unit to there.
When beholding the tranquil beauty and brilliancy of the ocean's skin, one forgets the tiger heart that pants beneath it, and would not willing.
We hold life to be sacred, but we also know the foundation of life consists of a stream of codes, not so different from the successive frames of a watchlet. Why then cannot we cut one code short here and start another there? Is life so fragile that it can withstand no temperature?
Yeah. We'll just mess around with the, the building blocks of life.
Chairman Shenji Dynamics of Mind.
What could go wrong? Let's see. We now have 3 time-consuming, complicated projects that we can start, or we can bust out another colony. I think we bust out another colony in 4 turns. Keep him there. Move him there. Move this there. Move him back there. All right, he's up to feet. He's been fully healed now. Excellent. Very nice. Very nice.
Unit lacks required ability.
Oh. What are their actions? Obliterate base? No, thank you. Destroy enhancements? No. Do we not have Fortify? I guess we have Sentry.
Terraform complete.
We have found the Peacekeepers. Brother Lal. Switch to the main view screen. Lady Engelbert Meow, I presume. Brother Lal of the Peacekeepers at your services. I am told you have built yourself a respectable empire here on the rocky planet. Be aware that I plan to defend the humanitarian principles of our original UN Charter, and I will brook no interference in this matter. I believe your data on social psychology could have important implications for my humanitarian initiatives. I propose that you exchange this knowledge for my own files on information networks. Interested? Well, it's a deal. Experts at separating people and wealth by appearing important. Well, that's kind of the vast majority of humanity, what they would like to be able to do, at least.
The righteous need not cower before the drumbeat of human progress. Though the song of yesterday fades into the challenge of tomorrow, God still watches and judges us. Evil lurks in the data links, as it lurked in the streets of yesteryear. But it was never the streets that were evil.
Deep.
Sister Miriam Godwinson, The Blessed Struggle.
Many areas of the world remain unexplored. Sure, let's trade our maps. A lofty goal, brother. I am with you. The fragmentation of this mission has been a disaster. I will sign a treaty of friendship and help you reunite the others. This treaty demonstrates that planet is large enough for both your environmental initiatives and for my humanitarian initiatives. It also opens the door for trade and commerce between our peoples. May the friendship between the Gaians and the Peacekeepers last forever. Good morning to you, O classiest of Bogans. We have the darkest of machinists and the classiest of Bogans. And the most Lensian of streamers? I believe we are finished here. EBM out.
Production complete.
We have this base UN headquarters belongs to another player, Brother Lal. You can attack an enemy base by attempting to move into it. I think he might object to me doing that. So we'll back away. Carefully. It goes reasonably well. I had something of an actually stressful day. But everything was finished up and taken care of. And I am now enjoying the fruits of my so-called labors. I hope your day is off to a decent start. Again, I like to set reasonable goals. On Sunday night, I tell people that I hope their upcoming work week doesn't suck. So I think if you set middling goals, you limit the amount of disappointment you can have. It isn't necessarily the most optimistic of approaches, but hey, little realism, you know. Enjoying coffee. Have to go see medical vampires. Are they actually going to be taking blood, or is it just more metaphorically taking blood?
Production complete.
My production is complete. We have our next colony pod. We should check and see what we're going to build next. Network node seems correct. I like the sound of that. Memory of Earth is currently building formers. I think I'd rather have the network node there too. Oh, recycling tanks would be good. We'll go with recycling tanks. We should probably go for the recycling tanks in Memory of Earth too. This is Memory of Earth. The other one is Gaia's Landing. Yeah, we're going to change this to... Ooh, we already have it. Maybe we're considered to already have it. Regardless, we'll stick with it. Just for tests, no bites. Well, I mean, realistically, sunlight is supposedly good for you, but I'm assuming that's kind of predicated on you not being a vampire. Well, hopefully you studied hard for these tests and you'll ace them. That's the way things work, right? All right, so he did his bit.
Terraform complete.
Gaia's Landing has produced a new colony pod, which represents the equipment and manpower to found a new base. That's correct. Yes, I know. In fact, that's where I'm going. Actually, not to there, although that might be the right call. More likely, I'm thinking here. Oh, crap. Those stupid jerks in New Jerusalem? They're going to make me build there, aren't they? Better than you did on your IQ test. You failed that one. I, in fact, am extraordinarily good at IQ tests. So much so that I have said for years that IQ tests are an absolutely flawless measure of how good you are at IQ tests. Because I know people who are way smarter than me who couldn't come close to the numbers I got on IQ tests. And I mean way smarter than me. I'm a pretty smart guy, generally speaking, but I IQ test extremely well. I punch way above my weight, let's say. So I know how not really very important. I've got a unit in this city, where would he be? Is that it? No, those are we've got 2 happy citizens and 1 unhappy citizen. Where's the unit that's in that? Activate unit here. There it is. Okay. Try it again. He's building another road. Farm and solar and road. Oh, I can make all 3? Well, shoot. Moves there. Moves there. Moves there. All right, that finishes out that little area of exploration. Move the unit there, move the unit there, and we'll build another city there. What are we? They're building network node, right? Faction dominance. Let's see. The university and the peacekeepers appear to be leading, and I appear to be tied in second with the yellow M's. I know. Mercantile, maybe? Yes, we will build here. Velvet Grass Point, everyone. Welcome to Velvet Grass Point. Move. We will wait. Not really much we can do with this unless we want to go gallivanting through other people's terrain. Mind you, I got nothing bad about a nice high-quality gallivant. University researchers have discovered the secrets of the human brain. It has stimulated a burst of university research. As if humans had brains. They're just making stuff up now.
It is every citizen's final duty to go into the tanks and to become one with all the people. Chairman Shen Jiyang.
I'm not interested in going into the tanks. Call me crazy. Network node? Well, Papa node best. I apologize for that.
Production complete.
All right, something said velvet complete. Oh, velvet grass. Oh. Well, if the scout patrol is done and we built synth metal garrison, what are we building next? Do we need the formers? I think we'll go with the recycling tanks first. Okay, they're building tanks, they're building network. They're building network node. This is the scout patrol. We can wait for a sec. This is the synth metal. And we'll put them in hold mode. Gotta say that the sister over here is kind of putting a crimp in my style. We may have to do something about that. Something violent. I'm not saying we're definitely going to do something violent. But I'm not saying we're not going to do anything violent. That's the scout patrol. Move unit to there. Let's get it moving. Will they object if I move there?
Some vices miss what is right because
Ethical
they are
calculus.
efficient, others because they are excessive in feelings or in actions, while virtue finds and chooses the mean. Aristotle, Nicomachean Ethics, Data Links.
Aristotle was a beggar for the bottle. Actually, I'm going to hold that for a sec. I'll move him to there. And he can go there.
I don't know, but I've been told. I don't know, but I've been told. You just got a little crypto. You just got a little crypto.
No, that's enough. I'm good. Thanks. The children's creche is next. Or, let's see, the Human Genome Project.
Project initiated.
Okay, I actually didn't want to initiate it. I wanted to see what that was. One extra talent at every base. Basically giving you access to like an additional, I think, engineer or scientist or that sort of thing. But I need AFK for a minute, because again, the cup runneth under. And I'm not chug-a-lugging these guys, I promise. Not yet. I don't know, but I've been told Deidre's got a network node. Oh, Sid Meier's, you puckish fellow. Engelbert Meow is lurking. Does this mean she doesn't know about the role she's playing in this game? Note, the faction is Gaia's stepdaughters, and the leader is Lady Engelbert Meow. Your integrity is noble and your might is formidable. So, I mean, that's pretty good. You think you're pretty mighty. I think you're mighty pretty. See what I did there? That's some pretty clever sucking up, isn't it? It also says you're noble, so now you have to accept the comment and flattery. And tut, Lens, we'll have none of that. Right. This game is older than you, EBM. Almost. Let's see. I think I'm keeping him there. Did we finish the road yet? We did not. Finish making the road, dude. Recycling, network node, human genome project. Probably another terraformer should be my next purchase. So this is one of the native life forms. And sometimes they can move very quickly across the native terrain, the fungus. Abundant nutrient resources, very nice. And sometimes when you move into a square, it will activate another batch of the worms, and we can try and collect a whole bunch of worms and then overrun these neighbors of ours. Look at, they build a house on top around the caldera of a volcano. I mean, that's just literally crazy. Are you done? Did you finish your road? Did he finish the road? Looks like he finished the road. Well done, sir. Let's see. Let's see what we can build here. Probably there, I think, would be the place. Or maybe there would be better. No, that one. As that has both resources of food and minerals. So that will be where he will be building. Unless we want to build something else over here for these guys. No, they've got a place waiting for them. That'll be fine for them. They should do just fine for the immediate future. Move unit. Move unit. He can hold. Hi, Sister Miriam of the Believers. Shall I put her through? Oh, God. Not her. Hello, Sister Miriam. So we meet again, Lady Engelbert Meow. I trust your environmental initiatives are proceeding to your satisfaction. I am, as always, Sister Miriam of the Believers. I must caution you that my engineers have completed an advanced laser infantry prototype. The first units are entering service now, rendering my forces practically invincible. She's going to be that way, isn't she? Information on doctrine flexibility could prove quite useful to my life of worship. Yes. Combined Arms helps everyone with their life of worship. Would you transmit it to me as a personal favor? Oh, well, certainly, in exchange for your own data on applied physics, perhaps? Okay.
Scientific theories are judged by the coherence they lend to our natural experience and the simplicity with which they do so. The grand principle of the heavens balances on the razor's edge of truth. Commissioner Pravin Rao.
Wow, that's the kind of really elevated gibberish that you should come to expect from your world leaders. Well, most of them. We've obtained technology for better units. Let's see. Laser skim ship. Laser squad. Recon rover with a laser. Our friendship is a strong one, Lady Engelbert Meow. Long may it remain so. I believe we're finished here. Engelbert Meow out. Or Engelbert Meowt. we are going to build a farm and a road here, I believe. I can't move there. Zone of control. Yeah, got that. Right now, I am attempting, if my memory serves, that we can basically dredge up additional mind worms and use our mind worms against their mind worms to turn their mind worms into our mind worms. That doesn't sound psychotic at all, does it? That guy was just attacked by mind worms. Not my mind worms. The planet's mind worms, that worms. They're not mine. Those ones are mine.
Terraform complete. Production complete.
Okay. Hope my graphics can handle this. Barely. I mean, you can probably hear that the graphics card, my 3070 RTX, man, it sounds like a jet engine. All right, they finished whatever they were building. So now they're building formers, and I think I'm okay with that. Solar. Yeah, give them solar. We'll give them solar. Aha, there's their third city. The oh so humbly titled Throne of God.
Production complete.
All right, we built our network node at Memory of Earth, which is a little pretentious name. I gotta grant you that. But not quite as bad as Throne of God. Okay. A mindworm boil spotted. Nope, we're fighting. Ooh, we beat him, but we took a beating.
If our society seems more nihilistic than that of previous eras, perhaps this is simply a sign of our maturity as a sentient species. As our collective consciousness expands beyond a crucial point, we are at last ready to accept life's fundamental truth, that life's only purpose is life itself.
Deep.
Chairman Shen Jiyang, looking God in the eye.
Wow. Yeah, that was deep. We've got new technologies. See what we can make with them. Probe team. Do we really want to know what the probe team can do? What kind of probe are we talking? It's okay. I'm not sure. Basically, I think this is like a diplomat unit in the old civilization. Yeah, oop is exactly, yeah. Also, if you'll notice the thing that they're carrying, which presumably, since they're a probe team, that would be the probe, is the size of, well, let's say it looks like they're carrying maybe a clarinet, a significantly large, not quite guitar-sized musical instrument. Nothing good comes from that. Nothing. He needs to get back and heal up.
Production complete.
All right, in this, they have completed their building the formers here. Terraformers. Next up, go with the children's creche. Let's see, if we move here. Oh, that's a big batch of mind worms. They'll have to come for us.
Terraform complete.
This guy's got to heal up. We'll move to here and then do the terraforming there.
Enemy project initiated.
Provo Zakharov of the university has authorized a secret project codenamed The Virtual World. That's okay. It attacked. We performed admirably. And our soldiers have reached hardened status. Our soldiers are hardened. Presumably, that means that they make a lot of money playing basketball but never actually win anything. That's a lot of text. Let's pretend I read it to you and you were impressed both by my verbal dexterity and the quality of the writing. I made several humorous references. You laughed. I laughed. We all laughed. Don't have a road here. Do we want a road? Yeah, probably we want a road. That was indeed a James Harden joke. Now, while that may be a bit of a mind blower, it is nowhere up there with the time where we were fighting a Drake in a game and I made a Kendrick Lamar reference. And that really blew a couple of minds. What do we want to do here? All right, well, if we remove that and put it over here, what do we get? About the same thing. So, let's go with the farms first. How about farm? Not a fan of Drake or Kendrick, but you respect the reference. Yeah, I'm not either. Their music is unimportant to me. I've never been. Imagine a 65-year-old white guy who's never been into rap. Hard to believe, I know. For the record, the first time I ever heard rap, it was sung by an attractive blonde woman, and I didn't like it at all. That was Blondie's Rapture, which would have been what, 76, 77, 78, something like that.
Terraform complete.
They're still healing up. My worms are healing up. My worms have healed up. Yep. Deborah Harry. All right, we have that finished. Where do we want to go? Where do we go from here? Really? That is the best we can do? Evidently, that is the best we can do. All right. Huh. All right. If we move to here, I think we can clear the fungus off. Nope, we want to go back into town.
Enemy project initiated.
Chairman Yang of the Hive has authorized a secret project codenamed the Merchant Exchange. Can we get to him in time to attack with this thing instead? I don't think we can. Curses foiled again.
Terraform complete.
Our scout patrol has performed admirably and has now achieved veteran status. He's no longer hardened. So evidently, once you're a veteran, you're no longer hardened. I'm just going to leave that there, I think.
Proper care and education for our children remains a cornerstone of our entire.
All right, we built the children's crush. Hologram theater. All right, we finished that thing off. Let's see if we can actually make this work this time. Move, and then move to there. All right. If we drop this here, it can pretty quickly get around a bunch of places, so we'll move that there. All right, that is the farm. 211. If we move that there, just 2-1. Okay. Huh. All right, then. So. Solar, I guess. No, I don't want that. Never mind is the correct answer. Terraform. 6 turns. Sure. And here is terraform. Remove fungus.
Production complete.
That way it will no longer be among us.
Production complete.
All right, where did we finish off production? Recreation Commons is up next. That's fine. Hologram Theater still going. We didn't finish the Human Genome Project, did we? Almost. We're almost done with the Human Genome Project. Can we hurry it? How much will hurrying it cost? Fungus Among Us is one of your favorite Incubus apps. I have no idea if you're pulling my chain or not.
Request confirmation.
Sure, I'm going to spend the 40... No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going to resist the urge. And just hope that no one makes it before we do in 2 turns time. Indeed, not pulling my chain. If I'd had to guess, I would have assumed not. So I guess that's kind of reassuring, but not entirely reassuring. What was I going to do with him? Probably come over here and make something. What should I make over here? Well, let's see. That's 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. Just one, oh, that's a 1-1 as well. I think there. Actually, where were you? You were there. All right, we need to move him. There we go. He's moved. I'm not familiar with Mr. Bungle. I'm faintly familiar with the early Peppers. I've always found them a really interesting musical band. Some of their music I like a lot, some of their music I can't stand. But I do not care for the lyricist / lead singer. I just don't think he's good at his job. But always an interesting musical band. I think we want to leave him sitting there for now. Maybe not. Probably not. We want to try and stir up some more fungal boys. Hard to agree? Yeah, musically really interesting. Even the stuff I don't like, I find interesting. Move here. And we got a third of a move left. Will that get us there? I don't know. How about we try? It will. All right, we're going to try and take these guys. Hopefully, instead of attacking back, when we try and move in there, they'll just go, oh, you're worms too. Worms buddies. Nope. Sometimes, but our worm is now a really terrifying, writhing mass of worms. That one? No, not that one. It's got to be that one then? Yeah. Yeah, that's the one we want, I think, so. Move to here. And then to there. It's a movie.
The very stuff of life. To look into the genetic mirror and watch a million generations march past. That, friends, is both our curse and our proudness to achieve. For it is in reaching to our beginnings that we begin to learn who we truly are. A condition propers a have, addressed to the faculty.
We have completed the Human Genome Project.
Production complete.
Year 2174, Lady Engelbert Meow's engineers complete planet's first secret project. We're the first. We rule.
Therefore, a wise prince will seek means by which his subjects will always, and in every possible condition of things, have need of his government. And then they will always be faithful to him. Niccolo Machiavelli, The Prince, Daedalus.
I have read The Prince. What are we building next? No, we don't need immediately another secret project. We're probably better off building children's creche, I think, first. All right. Let's see what our bugs can do to get some more bugs. Trying to force more bug interactions.
Terraform complete.
Farm? Sure, how about a farm?
Terraform complete.
Move the unit into town. All right, that is currently has. It is rolling, rainy, farm, and solar collector. We would like to build a road there. That's one of their laser dudes. Is he trying a sneak attack? I'm not going to like that if that's the case. All right, we have successfully removed the fungus from that location. Build a farm. No, he ran away. Clever lad. It does have the road now, so where do we want to go? There, I think. Oh, we'll connect up the road first. Sister Miriam of the Believers has authorized a secret project codenamed the Command Nexus. That's a military wonder of the world. And I'm just saying maybe we don't want her to have that. Or much of anything else, frankly. We may have to start preparing. Because I think she's probably going to get... She gets violent.
Terraform complete.
Okay. Don't show that again. Let's see. Rolling and moist. Okay, now he's got units that have... Hey, his units have stepped into my turf. I'm pretty sure I'm not a fan of that. Solar collectors? Sure, we'll drop solar collectors there. This is our mind worms. I really don't mind the worms that much. Oh, they've built a mine there.
Enemy project initiated.
CEO Morgan of the Morganites. The Morganites. Isn't that a Guild Wars 1 and 2 thing? No, those are the Morganites, aren't they?
Richard Baxton piloted his recon rover into a fungal vortex and held off 4 waves of mind worms, saving an entire colony. We immediately purchased his identity manifests and repackaged him into the recon rover Rick character with a multi-tiered media campaign. Televisions, touchbooks, solos, side tours, the works. People need heroes. They don't need to know how he died clawing his eyes out, screaming for mercy. The real story just makes sales and dampens the spirits of our customers.
Okay. The hologram theater. Sounds lovely. I don't think we want that there. We want that there. That has extra minerals for no cost in foodage. The perimeter defense is going up. I am fine with the perimeter defense. No, I don't think we need it there. Let's go with pressure down there. We've got the perimeter defense going up at Gaia's Landing. That's probably going to be where we're going to focus our, if necessary, our military assets. And now we move over to there. That could probably use more solar. All right, we want to farm there. I didn't want to move next to her town. That requires me to talk to her, which makes it more likely she's going to declare war. She salutes me. I must caution you, engineers completed advanced recon rover prototype. Yeah, you're practically invincible. Perhaps 20 credits would take care of our little problem. Shrivel and die, you religious freaks. Okay, 50 credits it is, and I got to start building on my military up. Like an elementary school librarian. I was thinking more the pure on school marmy type. So that like second or third grade teacher that all of the students hate. Similar vibe though. I can't move into any of these places? That's no fair. Prometheus virus outbreak at the UN Information Agency. All bases within 3 squares are affected, except those with hospitals or other advanced medical facilities.
Having now established a secure perimeter, we have made ourselves relatively safe.
Oh, Velvet Graph said that? We didn't want them to build that. But I guess I just didn't check. Network node for them, please. We've got... Well, wait. What do we have? Activate, isn't it? Yeah, you right-click on it and activate the unit here, and... We moited them, guys. We just kicked they fanny perpendiculars. He's not going to be able to move. Lol, loser. Make him sit there for a turn. Oh, he's planning. Oh, I don't think we're going to let you move there, sir.
Ryan's unfailing capacity to believe what he prefers to be true, rather than what the evidence shows to be likely and possible, has always astounded me. We long for a caring universe which will save us from our childish mistakes, and in the face of mountains of evidence to the contrary, we will pin all our hopes on the slimmest of doubts. God has not been proven not to exist. Therefore, he must exist. Academician Proctor Zahar, for I have tasted the fruit.
Let's see, we're currently, we're going to de-emphasize exploration. I think keep the discovery for pure knowledge up and also direct military applications. We'll wait on that. That's the only thing we got going, really? They're building a colony pod. Not sure how I feel about that. They're almost done. I thought I told them to build a network node. The command center, I think. If we're going to start building up our military. It's got to be done. All right, that one's about half done. We'll let that finish. Okay, we'll give that a road as well. And that one also a road. Let's see, how's this looking? All right, that's correct, that's correct. Move to there. And then to there.
Superior training and superior weaponry have
The command center has been built.
a geometric effect on the overall military strength. Well trained.
Laser Squad. It's time we start getting ready for a little ass kicking.
Terraform complete.
All right, where to next for the terraforming here? None of those are particularly good. That one's okay.
Production complete.
What next for this fella, then? That looks like a good... Yes, that looks like a delightful place, in point of fact. Rolling and moist. I'll resist the urge to make any further commentary. Hercules, Alpha Centauri B, is approaching perihelion. For the next 20 years, we expect native life activity to increase dramatically. Well, hopefully they'll attack everyone, but not me.
Terraform complete. Production complete.
All right, production is complete somewhere.
Please don't go. The drones need you. They look up to you.
It's understandable the drones look up to me. I mean, I understand. That's all I have to say. I completely understand why they feel the way they do. We have the scout rover there. Did I not tell them to make a laser squad? I thought I did. All right, he's there. Farms first, I suppose. He's there. Farms first, I suppose. He's there. Farms next, I suppose. The university's secret project, a virtual world, is nearing a major breakthrough. All right, we've got a couple of laser squads built. It may lead to a premature destruction for us all. This more heavily armed laser squad, 221, will provide useful for attacking enemies and defending your territory. Note, high weapon value, the first number. Infantry units are particularly good at attacking enemy bases, gaining plus 25% attack modifier when they do so. Let's move it all the way over here. Trying to stir up the indigenous life forms to see if we can't get a few more to join us willingly. So I think we will stay there. I think so. What do I care for your suffering? Pain, even agony, is no more than information before the senses, data fed to the computer of the mind. The lesson is simple. You have received the information. Now act on it. Take control of the input, and you shall become the master of the output. Cuckoo!
Enemy project initiated.
Okay, well, I was planning on trying to get them to join us.
Terraform complete.
Did I just make a second laser squad? I did there. Right now we're trying to build the hologram theater. Is that what we want? Sure. Interesting, okay. Zones of control again.
Enemy project initiated.
I didn't think that was likely to work with the bugs attacking a big city like that. We will drop solar. And solar. And solar. I have Brother Lau. Okay, Brother Lau. Greetings to you, Lady Engelbert Meow. You are, as always, the most beautiful of us all, and your followers the most ecologically sensitive. Lau, brother of the Peacekeepers, salutes you. That's called an ass-kissing. I believe your data on intellectual integrity could have important implications for my humanitarian initiatives. I propose that you exchange this knowledge for my own files and polymorphic software. It's a deal. Yeah, I know.
Technological advance is an inherently iterative process.
True.
One does not simply take sand from the beach and produce a data probe. We use crude tools to fashion
Well, a data probe?
tools to fashion more precise
Well, you could take the sand and produce a probe, and that would provide data when you poked somebody with it.
all of the steps must be taken.
Let's see what new units we might be able to build. Recon batteries, laser weapon 2. And he wants me to transmit the doctrine loyalty in exchange for his on gene splicing. That's entirely satisfactory.
The genetic code does not and cannot specify the nature and position of every capillary in the body or every neuron in the brain. What it can do is describe the underlying fractal pattern which creates them. Academician progress are. There are two kinds of scientific progress. The methodical experimentation,
Nonlinear
which
mathematics,
gradually extend the boundaries of knowledge.
superstring theory, and particle impactor. New units. We can make particle impactors. And impact batteries, and impact skim ships, and impact rovers. You know what you need to build, my friend, is not a hologram theater. No. You need to build an impact squad. Yeah, impact squad. That is the laser squad. Okay. One scout patrol. It's now commando. So they were hardened, and now they're not wearing underwear. This military stuff is really over the top.
Production complete.
I mean, maybe I just don't understand the nuance. It's Millie Bobby Brown's sister, Millie Terry Brown. I remain a force to be reckoned with. Is she going to withdraw troops? I've decided certain adjustments to your borders are necessary, Miriam. We have won the first Gaian battle victory. Dun 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 dun. You attacked me? She is pronounced vendetta. Well, isn't that nice? And I have destroyed your colony, you flaming monster. Oh, and a little bit of that terraformer, too.
Enemy project initiated.
Everybody's got projects. Their people seem to be running away. Oh. Well, we're not interested in fighting other worms unless they attack us first, right now. This ought to be interesting. All right, Laser Squad. Laser Squad is kind of hurt.
Indigenous life form.
Oh, that could be a problem. All right, that's the Impact Squad. All right, so we have to kill them first. Okay, we can't. Then I guess we just have to... I'm not sure how we attack. Okay, how about we click there, action. That ain't it. We try to move, it says we can't, or unlimited. Units may always enter squares containing friendly units. Always move into, out of bases, units with a cloaking device. Can I not attack? So I can't attack if there's 2 units next to me? That just don't seem right. All right, we got to get lucky here. I don't remember that kind of frustration where there's nothing I can do with the unit, seemingly. Action, move, center an active unit. info on that square. How about that? So we knocked the unit out of there, but we can't attack this unit. Oh, we can. Okay. Don't know why it wasn't working. All right, we get him back to town to heal up.
Terraform complete.
Drop a road there. Drop a road there. That has a road. Gotta say, the graphics make it so that it can be very difficult to make out visual things. I have seized the House of Martyrs. We've captured the House of Martyrs to achieve the first conquest on the planet. They started with me. They attacked me because I wasn't willing to pay their extortion. Shall I put her through? Sure. Hello again. Our eco-draft followers remain a force to be reckoned with. And what, me? Because we just kicked your ass and stole one of your cities? Forces are strong and my troops are mobilized. If you do not return the House of Martyrs. No. You're the only criminal here, Miriam.
Resource shortfall.
Our citizens are starving in House of Martyrs. Well, let's see if we can't improve things. Why are they all so upset? Let's see if we turn that one off. There? No. No. Looks like you guys are kind of stuck, doesn't it?
Production complete.
They're building a research hospital. I'm not sure we need a research hospital just yet. That's 18 turns. Let's see if we can't build the weather paradigm instead. Huh? How's that sound?
Initiated.
Veteran status now.
Terraform complete.
That's a synth metal garrison. We want him to hold. And this thing, we are heading there, I think. Do we have a road here? We do. So we want... we have now connected up our roads with their roads, which are soon to be our roads, too. Activate that. Move it to there. Move to here. He's healing up. Got the road there. This could be a failure. Veteran status. I guess we got to remove the fungus first. All right, he's fully kitted out now. Our mind worms are now a boil. I'm not sure anyone really likes a boil like that. We have captured control of the command nexus and taken their capital. They messed with us. See, they declared war on us and attacked us first. We're just better at it than them. And on that note, that triumphant, victorious note, I think I'm going to call it an evening right there. Seems to me to be a good point. Also, nature calls. I want to thank, as always, all of you guys for hanging out. Very, very much. I do appreciate it. I probably will not be back tomorrow. I am enjoying adult leisure beverages. But I will be back, as usual, on Friday. Not sure what I'll be playing. Don't know. Probably a computer game of some sort. Anyway, thank you guys again for hanging out. I do appreciate it. Hopefully you will see me soon. I hope the rest of your Wednesday night or Thursday morning goes terrific. You've managed to survive Hump Day, and now you can begin the slow but lucrative in the end coast towards your weekend. I'm back tomorrow. Take care, and ciao for now. Bye, guys.